So what are some pieces of equipment and tools that you have that the average home owner wouldn't have as far as cleaning mold? Because a lot of people probably don't know that it's just not good to remove the mold, but it's how you remove it, making sure that it doesn't become airborne. Can you address that a little bit?
Absolutely. Making sure that it doesn't become airborne and cross-contaminate other environments during the process is probably the most important piece of mold mitigation. If you're working in an environment creating positive airflow and that airflow is not controlled, what it's going to do is effectively cause that to kick up into the air. It could be caught into your HVAC system, spread throughout the entire structure, and thus make everything a lot worse. Special equipment that we use special containment procedures. We do pressure differentials. We test the actual pressure in the chamber that we're working to ensure that the air that we're working in is being exhausted somewhere else, normally outside of the structure, so it's not going to be a problem. We do that through using air scrubbers or negative air machines. We also use truck-mounted HEPA vacuum systems that are specifically designed for industrial type application where they're very rigid, they're very strong, and they're very effective. Those are probably the most common tools that we use that the average homeowner is not going to have access to. They're very expensive, and you can get them in the local markets, but the problem is cross-contamination. If the equipment that you're renting isn't properly maintained, if the HEPA filters aren't changed out regularly, you could actually be renting contaminated equipment and actually bring in more mold into the structure, and obviously that's not a good thing.
That makes a lot of sense. And I hadn't even thought about that for someone trying to clean it themselves. And obviously, we're talking about areas that are bigger than 9 or 10 square foot, correct?
Absolutely. Every time the IICRC and the EPA guidelines for mold remediation say that anybody can do mold mitigation 10 square feet or less, provided they're not immune compromised kids, elders, or pregnant women.
Okay, that is great to know.